My name is Chima. I was new in class 6B. I did not want anyone to see me. I wanted to be like a shadow on the wall. A shadow is quiet. It does not speak. It just watches. I sat at the back of the classroom. The desk was old and scratched. I felt safe there. No one looked at me. No one called my name. It was good. I could just listen to the teacher and write in my book. My old school was far away. Here, everything was new and loud. I just wanted the days to pass quietly, one by one, until the school year was over. My only friend was John Bosco. He was not like me. John Bosco was bright, like the sun. Everyone knew him. He was good at football. He could tell funny jokes that made the whole class laugh. He sat near the front. He was not afraid to raise his hand and ask questions. John Bosco was my friend before I came to this new school. He had promised to look after me. He would say, "Chima, don't worry, you are with me now." I was grateful for him. He was my shield. When he was around, I did not feel so alone. I could stand next to him and feel a little bit of his light. The days in class 6B moved slowly. Morning was for mathematics and English. The teacher, Mr. Okoro, had a loud voice. He walked between the desks and looked at our work. I always finished my work quickly. I did not want him to stop at my desk. I did not want him to ask me questions. In the afternoon, we had social studies and basic science. The sun would be hot outside. I could hear the younger children playing during their break time. Their shouts sounded happy. My world was inside the four walls of the classroom, where I tried to be smaller and smaller, until I disappeared completely. John Bosco tried to pull me out of my shell. "Come and play football with us," he would say during the break. I always shook my head. "No, I will just watch," I would reply. I was not good at football. My feet would get tangled. I was afraid of falling. I was afraid of people laughing. So I would stand by the big mango tree and watch him. He would score a goal and look at me, smiling. I would smile back. He was the star, and I was his quiet audience. That was our friendship. It worked for us. I did not know that soon everything would change. One Monday morning, the headmistress walked into our class. She was not alone. A girl stood beside her. She was new. Her uniform was clean and crisp. Her hair was neatly braided. "Class, this is Chinaza," the headmistress announced. "She is joining class 6B. Please make her feel welcome." Chinaza looked at all of us. Her eyes were big and bright. She did not look scared. She looked calm. Mr. Okoro pointed to an empty desk in the middle row. "You can sit there, Chinaza," he said. And just like that, a new person was in our world. Chinaza was not quiet like me. She was not loud like John Bosco. She was something different. She was smart. When Mr. Okoro asked a difficult question in mathematics, her hand would go up. She would give the answer in a clear, steady voice. She was also kind. During the break, a small boy from class 2 fell and hurt his knee. Chinaza ran to him. She helped him up and cleaned his wound with her water bottle. Everyone noticed her. The girls wanted to be her friend. The boys watched her. The classroom was not the same anymore. It felt brighter. I watched her from my desk at the back. I felt a strange feeling in my chest. It was like a little bird fluttering its wings. When she smiled, I felt my own lips try to smile too. I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to say, "Hello, my name is Chima." But the words would not come out. My throat felt tight. What would I even say? She was like a beautiful storybook character. I was just a boy in the background. I started to draw little pictures of her in my notebook. It was a secret. No one knew. Not even John Bosco. John Bosco noticed her too. Of course he did. He noticed everything. "That new girl, Chinatsa, she is very smart," he told me during break time. "And she is beautiful." He said the word beautiful with a sigh. I saw the way he looked at her. It was the same way he looked at a new football. He wanted it. John Bosco was used to getting what he wanted. He started trying to talk to her. He would make a joke as she passed by. He would offer to help her with her books. I stood by the mango tree and watched. The little bird in my chest felt heavy now. It was not fluttering anymore. A competition began between John Bosco and me. It was a silent one. No words were spoken about it, but we both knew. It was a contest for Chinaza's attention. John Bosco used his charm. He was the class clown, the popular athlete. He would tell his best jokes when Chinaza was near. He would make sure she saw him score a goal during the football game. "Did you see that, Chinaza?" he would shout across the field. She would smile politely and nod. He thought he was winning. He always won. He was John Bosco. I could not compete with his jokes or his football skills. I had nothing like that. I had only my brain and my books. So I decided to use them. I started to study harder than ever before. I read my textbooks from front to back. I did every practice question. I wanted to be first in the class. I thought, maybe if I am the smartest, she will notice me. Maybe she will see that I am not just a shadow. Maybe she will want to talk to me about schoolwork. It was a desperate plan. It was the only plan I had. The contest was on. The classroom became our battlefield. John Bosco would try to answer questions before I could. I would raise my hand faster. Mr. Okoro was surprised. "Chima, you are participating so much now. This is good," he would say. I did not care about his praise. I only cared if Chinaza was looking. Sometimes I would feel her eyes on me. When I answered a very hard question correctly, I would glance at her seat. Sometimes she would be looking at me with a small, curious smile. My heart would beat fast. It was a small victory. It was everything. John Bosco saw these small victories. He did not like them. He was used to being the center of attention. Now, I was sharing the spotlight. Our friendship started to feel different. During break time, he would not talk to me as much. He would walk with his other friends. He would look at me from across the playground. His eyes were not friendly. They were cold. He would say things like, "You are always reading, Chima. You are becoming a bookworm." It was meant to be a joke, but it felt like a stone. The silent contest was costing me my only friend. The end of term examination came. This was my chance. I studied every night until my eyes hurt. My mother would say, "Chima, come and eat. You cannot read all night." But I did not listen. I saw the examination as my final battle. If I came first, Chinaza would have to see me. She was so smart. She would respect the person who was smarter. I imagined her coming to my desk. I imagined her saying, "Wow, Chima, you are first in class. Can you explain this topic to me?" This thought gave me strength. It pushed me to read one more page, to solve one more problem. The results were posted on the notice board. A crowd of students pushed to see their marks. I was too scared to go near. I stood at the back, my heart pounding in my ears. John Bosco pushed through the crowd. He looked at the list and then he looked straight at me. He did not smile. He walked away without saying a word. Then I heard someone say my name. "Chima is first," another student shouted. "He beat everyone, even Chinaza." I slowly walked to the board. There it was, my name at the very top, position first. Below my name was hers, Chinaza, position second. It worked. She noticed me. The next day she walked to my desk at the back of the class. My hands were sweating. I could not look at her. "Hello, Chima," she said. Her voice was soft. "Congratulations on coming first. You did very well." I finally looked up. She was smiling at me. It was a real smile, not a polite one. "Thank you, Chinaza," I managed to say. "You did well too." She stayed and talked to me for a few minutes. She asked me about a question in the science paper. It was just like I had imagined. From that day, things changed. Chinaza and I started talking more. We would discuss homework. We would lend each other books. I found out she liked to draw, just like me. We would show each other our secret drawings. For the first time, I did not feel invisible. I felt seen. I felt happy. I started to smile more in class. But as my world became brighter, John Bosco's world seemed to get darker. He watched us from a distance. The look in his eyes was no longer just cold, it was angry. It was the look of someone who had lost something he believed was his. The distance between John Bosco and me grew into a wide gap. He stopped talking to me completely. When I tried to say hello, he would look through me as if I was not there. The mango tree where I used to watch him play football now felt like a lonely island. He had his group of friends, and I had my new friendship with Chinaza. The class was divided into two worlds. I was happy talking to Chinaza, but a part of me was sad. I had lost my first and only friend. The silence between us was loud. It was filled with unspoken anger. John Bosco's jealousy was like a poison. It changed him. He was not the happy, funny boy anymore. He became moody and aggressive. During football games, he would tackle other players too hard. He would argue with the referee. In class, he stopped trying to answer questions. He would sit at his desk and glare at me and Chinaza. His grades started to drop. Mr. Okoro noticed. "John Bosco, what is wrong with you?" he asked one day. "You are not focusing." John Bosco just shrugged his shoulders and looked out the window. He was lost in his own anger. I tried to talk to him once. I waited for him after school near the gate. "John Bosco," I started, "why are you angry with me?" He stopped and looked at me. His face was hard. "You think you are so special now, don't you?" he sneered. "Because she talks to you. You stole my friend." I was confused. "She is not your friend. She is my friend," I said. "And you are my friend too." He laughed, but it was a bitter sound. "No, you are not my friend anymore," he said, and walked away. His words hurt more than a physical blow. The crack in our friendship had broken completely. The atmosphere in the class became heavy. Everyone could feel the tension between John Bosco and me. Our friends took sides. Some stayed with John Bosco, the popular boy. A few others were friendly with me and Chinaza. The classroom, which was once a place of learning, now felt like a war zone. I missed the old days. I missed my simple, quiet friendship with John Bosco. I missed standing under the mango tree and watching him play. I had won Chinaza's attention, but I had lost my best friend. I started to wonder if the price was too high. One Tuesday morning, Chinaza's desk was empty. I thought she was just late, but the morning passed and she did not come. The afternoon came and she was still not there. Mr. Okoro marked her absent. I felt a small worry in my stomach. Chinaza was never absent. She loved school. During break time, I asked her friends if they knew where she was. They all shook their heads. "We have not seen her since yesterday," one of them said. My worry grew bigger. Something was not right. I could feel it. The day felt long and empty without her. The next day, her desk was still empty. The whole class was whispering, "Where is Chinaza?" The whispers grew louder until Mr. Okoro had to shout for silence. But even he looked worried. During the lunch break, the headmistress came to our class. Her face was very serious. She told us that Chinaza's parents had called the school. She did not come home from school on Monday. She was missing. A wave of shock and fear washed over the classroom. Missing? How could a person just go missing? The air became thick with panic. Girls started to cry. My world fell apart. Chinaza was missing. The girl who smiled at me, the girl who looked at my drawings, was gone. My mind was filled with terrible thoughts. What happened to her? Where could she be? I could not eat. I could not sleep. I looked at her empty desk, and a huge hole opened up inside my chest. I felt a terrible guilt. Was it because of me? Was our friendship the cause of this? The happiness I had felt for the past few weeks turned into a heavy stone of dread. I prayed for her to be safe. I prayed for her to come back. The school was in chaos. Parents came to pick up their children, their faces filled with fear. The police came. They asked us questions. "When did you last see her?" Did she seem sad or worried? Did she have any enemies? I saw them talking to John Bosco. He was standing alone by the wall. His face was pale. He looked terrified. When they asked him questions, he just shook his head and mumbled. He would not look at anyone. His fear was different from ours. It was darker. It was the fear of someone who knew a secret. The investigation continued for 2 days. 2 days of fear and uncertainty. Then, on Thursday afternoon, we heard the news. Chinaza had been found. She was safe. A collective sigh of relief went through the school. She was found hiding in an old unfinished building near her aunt's house. She had run away. But why? The police questioned her. They wanted to know why she was so scared that she had to hide. Chinaza, crying, finally told them. She had found a note in her school bag on Monday. The note was filled with hateful words. It said, "Stay away from him or you will regret it." The police looked at the note. The handwriting was messy, written in anger. They started to question the students again, this time showing them the note. They asked every boy in class 6B. I looked at the note. The words were cruel. Who would write such a thing? Then they showed the note to John Bosco. He stared at it, and all the color drained from his face. He started to tremble. He denied it at first, but his fear was too obvious. Finally, in the headmistress's office, with his parents there, he confessed. He had written the note. John Bosco's reasons came tumbling out between his sobs. He was not a monster. He was just a scared and jealous boy. He told them he felt like I had replaced him. He saw me with Chinaza, happy and talking, and he felt invisible. He, John Bosco, the star of the class, felt like a shadow. He was afraid of losing his best friend completely. He was hurt that I had chosen her over him. The note was a desperate, stupid act. He never thought she would actually run away. He just wanted to scare her. He wanted to get his friend back. He was crying, not just for his punishment, but for the friendship he had destroyed. The aftermath was heavy and sad. John Bosco was suspended from school for 2 weeks. His parents had to apologize to Chinaza's family. But the real punishment was not the suspension. It was the silence that followed. When he returned to school, no one talked to him. His old friends avoided him. He was truly invisible now. Chinaza moved to another school. Her parents said she was too scared to stay. I never saw her again. Our friendship, which had just begun, was over. My friendship with John Bosco was a ruin. We sat in the same class, but we were strangers. The shadow of what happened in class 6 followed us all. Some wounds, I learned, never truly heal.